has the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
On first down, Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Robinson. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Robinson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson.
One play at a time. Here we go.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job. job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Hurts. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. The quick slant caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Second down and goal. Hurts sliding out of the pocket. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. We're scoreless after 1. And the first play will be a field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Draymond Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Harris. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Chris Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
After the sack on 1st down, Hurts rolling to his right. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On the move to his left. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they do finally get him at the 12. A huge play there for Chicago. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Again, he finds Moore. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. To throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will make it 6-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn?
There he goes, right side. The 30, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. At their own 19-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Hurts. Quick slant. Caught by Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Yeah, he's got it. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding it over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. They go play fake. Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run here with Robinson.
Get off the field.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
They go play action with Hurts. Sideline throw, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13.
Makes the score Bears 20, Chiefs 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here we go. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Yellow. Hey, 25 to the mic. We're going 25 to the mic. Hey, let's get this.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Now the ball comes loose, and the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, Mahomes. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 19. Mike 19. Mike 19. Hey, let's get that ball, dude.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
At the 18-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 26, check 26.
Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They begin the drive with Robinson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 29, Hurts. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run. Robinson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way down to the 9. A huge play there for Chicago. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing is Hurts. Buying time to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Hurts. This one swung out to Montgomery. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Hurts will throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Extra point by Butker is on target, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Ask any pass rusher, and they'll tell you any quarterback who lines up every time and goes straight back in the pocket, that's who they want. But when they have to deal with a Jalen Hurts who may come at them from any angle and can get outside of the pocket and run, that's a nightmare for anybody who has to rush the quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts' athletic ability. Almost a 4.6 runner. This guy can get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs as well as his arm.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watch twins.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Harris to return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Robinson, and he's got this down to the 35. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Back to throw. Man open is Robinson. Touchdown, Chicago. James Robinson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chiefs 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brings up third down.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
He was brought on by Eric Stokes. A gain of 7. And the Bears first down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and